Look like we're rolling. Yep, we're rolling. So, welcome guys. Welcome back to my channel. Well, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Rondé here. Like I said in my last video, or in my previous video I just filmed, I am on a time crunch, so I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as I can, but try to get everybody. Now, the United States ain't really too active for any watches, warnings, or advisories. We do look like we have gale watches or warnings in effect off of in the mid-Atlantic. Then we have winter storm advisories being issued up towards Montana. Look like they're gonna be dealing with winter storm watches, well, advisories that's been issued, and then look like over Colorado as well, seeing winter storm watches and special weather statement probably related to that. And then the hazardous weather outlook also could be related to those winter storm advisories that might get extended. We got red flag warning stretching from northern Texas, well, western Texas, for high fire danger. Wind advisory has also been issued all the way out here into New Mexico. Potentially that could actually happen. And then right here in Oklahoma, we have tornado watches being issued. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Oklahoma is tornado watches that's also been issued, and the areas in the yellow, I can circle that for you guys so you guys can see there. And if you're in this yellow area right here, you're under one tornado watches, almost at winter storm watches, and winter storm advisories is here in the purple, and then in the pink is red flag warnings for high fire danger. Now, including Texas as well, you guys are dealing with tornado watches with a severe thunderstorm warning that actually is embedded in that little orange area in this general region right here. That orange area, you can see severe thunderstorm warnings that is actually issued for that. Now we're gonna go up here more so Kansas. We have tornado warnings in effect for look like Howard County. Is that Howard County? Or I think that's the city. And regardless, in Kansas, this little area right there that's in the red, you guys are seeing wind tornado warnings, and then we got tornado watches out in the yellow into Kansas. Severe thunderstorm watch is also in this pinkish area, and then we got flood advisories and flood watches issued in parts of Kansas as well, and then hazardous weather outlook being issued as well in Kansas. And then we can move up here near the northeast actually. Massachusetts, we got a frost advisory. Might get upgraded to a freeze warning. Who knows? But it is possible being upgraded to freeze warning. Anyone that's in the blue up here in Massachusetts. And then we also have a gale warning just off the coast, basically the entire coast of the northeast, including the New York City area. Then we have small crab advisory taking place as well. We got a high surf advisory taking place, which was recently off of the Carolinas, but looks like it's been pushed up a little bit further northeast, just because I guess the system that just recently passed is bringing dangerous conditions out, for hazardous conditions out for the um, mid-Atlantic and northeast. Now we do have freeze warnings up here in Idaho. Right here in the purple, we have freeze warnings and the hazardous weather outlook still uh, next to that. And then right here, and we got frost advisories taking place for parts of California. Yes, we have frost advisories taking place in that blue area, and then the small crab advisories basically for the entire coast. Well, not entire coast, just for the northwestern part of California. So it is possible you guys can see frost up here if you live in that general region, or for California. Then Utah, we could see look like a freeze watch might get issued, will get put under a freeze warning, as we have winter weather advisories issued just north. Is that still in Utah? Or is that, it's not saying. That's for Idaho. Okay, so we have winter storm watches, winter weather watch advisories issued for parts of Idaho as well. You didn't see that though. And then we have wind advisories issued in some areas, and then freeze watches again in that blue would be that teal blue would be freeze watches. So I mean, there's not much going on across the United States. We do have small areas like in Wisconsin of seeing flood warning. We actually have a flood warning in a few spots actually, and then flood advisories being issued as well. But for the most part, it's pretty quiet according to the National Weather Service. And we know the rain that recently went across the Carolinas isn't going to be enough to get rid of the severe to extreme drought. We're going to remain under that, and we're going to remain under a burn ban coming up Tuesday. It's going to be a month, if I'm not mistaken, that North Carolina's been under, well, mainly North Carolina, been under a burn ban for all 100 counties. Then that's not going to get lifted anytime soon. We're going to need a significant amount of rain. Now we know down there in Georgia or Florida, one of the governors said they're going to need at least 8 to 10. I was trying to remember 8 to 10 inches of rain to walk away from the fires that's currently burning. So, and then here in North Carolina, there's been a lot of complaints of illegal burning that's being done. So, I mean, we already have wildfires burning in North Carolina. This is one of the dry seasons here in North Carolina, which we're supposed to allegedly have a below average hurricane season, which there was a map that was put out. I think USA Today had it. For my area in North Carolina is overdue for a hurricane. 5 to 7 years overdue for like a hurricane, I guess, landfall in this general region. So uh, it just could be any year. It just takes one hurricane, regardless if it's a below average hurricane. It just takes one hurricane that can impact somebody in one of these states. Now, regardless, we know what happened with Helene, which was quite interesting when it went through Florida, made it all the way up into the Carolinas. But we all know there's documentaries out. If you guys don't know, Hurricane Helene that made landfall back in 2025 or 4, one of them, and it messed up the mountains of North Carolina. It took forever, months, for I-40 in North Carolina to be reopened. But regardless, I mean, every county in North Carolina was impacted by Helene, from flooding to tornadoes to it was just a mess. But the mountains really was a devastating event. I think there was multiple casualties from there, to the point that other cities in North Carolina were sending military out there to help. And I think other states was also helping North Carolina for the recovery of Hurricane Helene, which to this day they are still recovering in the mountains from Hurricane Helene. So that was a devastating hurricane. But if it was happening along the coast, it probably would have still been damaged, but and a lot of flooding, but probably not as much, because probably got more drains and stuff like that, since we're more prone to a landfall being directly hit there. But since it made it way in Florida, instead of going like this, it went more so like that. And the mountains is the mountains, so it's they like high thousands of feet higher up, below, compared to eastern North Carolina, that's like on flat ground for the most part. So regardless, it's gonna flood. And when it floods, it's gonna cause a lot of issues up there. So if even if we have another hurricane that goes through that area, or just strong high end tropical storm, it's really gonna test to see how much can these the infrastructure hold up now. Coming up to this fall, if we have a situation like that, again, see if it's gonna be a lot better. It's gonna be less damage, but it's probably gonna still be damaged, or um, it's just going to be the same aftermath, or even worse to what happened before. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, be notified each and every time your boy upload a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one. If it's God's will, stay safe out there. It's getting chilly out here. And with that being said, it's your boy Runday.